Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Dominik Schröder and I'm a professor of cryptography. In this video I'm going to talk about my teaching style. I will explain you why I do the things the way I do and what you can expect to take part in one of my classes. So what is wrong with the way how we teach? Well, the situation is always the same. The professor is standing in front of the board. Sometimes we have slides. We're talking for 45 to 90 minutes. And at the end of the lecture, you probably won't remember what I was talking at the very beginning. At least that was the case when I was a student. In the past, I think that was unavoidable, right? The professor was the only source on transporting information. Maybe you went to the library or were trying to find a book, but nothing was there. So yes, you were actually stuck with interacting, for example, with me. Why should we stick to this way of teaching? Well, you're right. There is no reason to do so. And we will not follow this classical structure in my lectures. Instead, what we will do is that you will receive full-fledged lecture notes. And each of these lecture notes will contain small QR codes which leads you to a certain video. So when you start to learn a certain topic, you can go through the lecture notes, you can learn them, and you will use the video as an accompanying material in order to understand a certain topic a little bit deeper. And this is essentially everything that you do before we meet. So what are we doing in these meetings if I don't talk to you the whole time? Well, there are essentially two different ways of meetings that you will have during this course. The first meeting is something that I call guided deepening. This is a session that you will have with me. And the basic idea is that you prepared your content very well, so you know what we're going to talk about, and you will receive a problem set right at this moment. And then I will essentially guide you and we will discuss this together, how to solve a certain problem. And this is why I call it guided deepening. You take what you have learned so far, and then we will both use it in order to solve one problem. The second meeting that you will have, this is like a classical exercise session. So in this session, you will essentially need to work on the problem on your own. So the idea is that we essentially have this slided step-by-step process. At the very beginning, you prepare the content. In the next level, you will actually be guided towards a certain deeper level. And at the very last moment, what you will have to do is you have to solve problems on your own, respectively in small groups. So why do I believe this is a better way of teaching? Well, first of all, if you have the videos for your preparation, you can essentially pause me and rewind me until you understood a certain point. This is not possible in the lecture in general. You cannot jump ahead and say, hey, please go back. I really want to hear that again. Oh, no, do it again. Then that doesn't work, right? Furthermore, this way of just transporting the initial knowledge, that's something where you actually don't need me anymore. There is enough material where you can learn it. And finally, and that's the main reason why I really like it, the interesting part for me in teaching is usually when you start asking questions. Many students are afraid of asking questions, but to be honest, this is actually something that's very cool. It shows me, first of all, that you're listening and you're actually there and following what I'm saying. And more importantly, it also helps the other students to engage and understand what the problem is. And this is why I essentially follow this approach where you learned the knowledge before, and now we are talking about the stuff that is hard, that is interesting. And you don't need to be afraid of actually asking questions. In most of the cases you will be at the beginning, but you will see that this is very natural. Once we start discussing, you see where the problems are. Sometimes you haven't even noticed them before. And when you see that other students are also asking questions, you actually see that you're not the only one who's struggling following the content. So now I've given you a brief overview over my teaching style, and I look very much forward to seeing you in class. So come to my lecture, watch the content before, and then ask challenging questions, and ideally we all learn together something really cool.